Here's another great tune by the Beatles, Girl. Fred McCarty, as always, does a great job singing this. Kind of short and sweet, too. I like this tune. You can get right through it pretty quick. Yet, love the melody line, love the melody line. So, let's get started with the breakdown. Listen to a little bit of Fred laying it down and then come back and talk about what's going on.
Is there anybody going to listen to my story? All about a girl who came to stay.
Always like to break this into parts. Talk about it. Let's start with the fact that this is all in his chest voice. Starting here, which is a C, below the E flat, which is the top of chest voice for male or baritone voice. All of that starting here on a C and going down to B, C, up to a D, down to an E, and then to a G, back up to an A to a G. Okay, that, and this, incidentally, here is a fourth, interval of a fourth. Melody line is pretty easy, but now, as always, besides understanding the melody line, establishing a little chest here, which we're going to do with an exercise in a moment, also let's listen to his dynamics, the handling of how he really sings, some of the notes with a little more intensity, some of the notes with a little less. And again, I'm telling you that there's more to it than it sounds like, because when you lighten up on certain notes and go a little stronger on certain notes, your vocal cords create certain intensities and sounds. That's important. Again, I love to call it vocal cord shading. That vocal cord shading of not singing everything of the exact same dynamic, but singing some things a little easier, some things with a little more strength, really starts to give your chords the personality that you want and what people like to listen to.
Is there anybody going to listen to my story? All about a girl who came to stay.
So let's establish the chest a little bit for this little opening section right here. Hey, you do it. Hey, anybody gonna listen to my story? You know what I mean? Anybody gonna listen? The whole idea here is to get the chords together so it's not just anybody gonna hear it. You don't want to sound like that, right? You want to make sure you got some compression. Now, you're not yelling, you're not screaming, you're just getting good chord compression in the area of your chest voice here. One more time. Anybody gonna listen to my story? Then when we get to story, to my story, goes a lot lighter, more gentle right there. Hear it?
Is there anybody going to listen to my story? All about a girl who came to stay.
Now the next line, she's the kind of girl that makes you sorry, still you won't regret a single day. Let's listen to him sing that. Nothing much different here. He's still in his chest voice. Listen to the dynamics. Let's think about what the dynamics sound like.
She's the kind of girl you want so much it makes you sorry. Still you won't regret a single day.
Okay, so let's put that much together right there, okay?
Is there anybody going to listen to my story? All about a girl who came to stay. She's the kind of girl you want so much it makes you sorry. Still you won't regret a single day.
Okay, so I know we're being a little bit repetitive here. You just listened to Fred. Maybe you sang along with him, but I'm going to play the same section one more time again. I want you to sing along with him and honestly see how close you really are to vocalizing the way that he's vocalizing. Do you have the phrasing down the way he's phrasing? And also, are you activating some good chord compression and getting good resonance in your voice as you're singing this? Going gentle where Fred's going gentle, going with a little bit more strength. Again, in the end, you don't have to sing it exactly the way Fred's singing it or exactly the way the Beatles sang it. You just use this as a guide to get you to become a better vocalist by putting this demand on yourself at this moment in time to see if you can do it. So then that way it's not a cop-out. I've always had the agreement with myself, whenever I'm singing a song, first I'll sing it the way the artist sings. I know that I can change it, and I know that I can stylize it and do it all kinds of different ways. But I always like to say, but can you actually sing it the way they did? There's something in that. Learning how to sing it the way they're singing it, do you have the actual technique and capabilities of doing that? So you're not just singing it a different way because you can't sing it this way. I guess you get my point, right? So okay, go ahead, sing along with Fred here.
Is there anybody going to listen to my story? All about a girl who came to stay. She's the kind of girl you want so much it makes you sorry. Still you won't regret a single day.
There you go. Feeling pretty good about that? Let's go on into Oh Girl. Him repeating, oh girl. Not too hard to do, but let's listen to it.
Oh girl, girl, girl.
Now on this sequence of him singing Oh Girl 3 times in a row, he actually goes, oh girl, girl, girl. Now I think when he hits the oh, notice a little bit more chord compression, a little bit more energy. Oh, so we get a little bit more that resonant tone, where when he's singing girl, it lightens up, girl. And that's intentional, that's absolutely intentional. Listen again with that thought in mind.
Oh girl, girl, girl.
Okay, did you hear that? So go ahead, how about if I play it even 2 more times, but you sing along with it.
Oh girl,
Okay, now the next line is, when I think of all the times I've tried so hard to leave her, she would turn to me and start to cry. Pretty heartfelt lyric there, guys. You want to emote a little bit of emotion into this at the same time, but still be light and keep everything balanced just the way it's been so far. Also, while we're listening to this phrase, listen to what he's doing with time, and always remember that's an I'm, and he's writing on the time. He's getting into his sustain on the of I'm before he actually goes totally into the pronunciation of I'm, where his throat will get tightened up. So notice that as well, but don't forget about the emotion.
when I think of all the times I tried so hard to leave her, she would turn to me and start to cry. And she promises the earth to me, and I'll believe her. After all this time, I don't know why.
Notice, okay, besides those points, did you also notice that he sort of has a strong time and a strong me when he hits me, and then he really sustains on the time the second time, pun intended, I guess. So he's saying time 2 times in this line, and he's writing the ah vowel sound. He's saying me, and on that E he also crescendos. There's light crescendos. He's going twice within this. Do you feel that? You get the idea of that? Let me play it again.
When I think of all the times I tried so hard to leave her, she would turn to me and start to cry. And she promises the earth to me, and I'll believe her. After all this time, I don't know why.
The usual question, can you do it? Let me play him one more time, that same section, one more time, and then you sing along with him.
When I think of all the times I tried so hard to leave her, she would turn to me and start to cry. And And she promises the earth to me, and I believe her. After all this time, I don't know why.
Okay, and right after that, he goes right back into singing "Oh Girl" again 3 times, and then it moves on to a different part of the song. So I think it's just about right to end this as part 1 and then move on to the next part after you've got all of these topics down and feeling pretty good about the song.
Oh, girl.